Welcome to Ioka Valley Farm and a virtual sugar house tour in celebration of Maple Weekend. I'm going to flash through some signage too. We started making maple syrup in 1992 with 13 taps. We're going to enter in. Today we have over 14,000 taps on our properties, and we lease an additional 4,000 on a New York property not far from us. So all our taps are on a pipeline tubing system. And when it comes down into our releaser, you can see the sap running. It is then stored in our 9,000 gallon tanks out back. We call one Big Bertha and one Brother Brutus. Before we boil, we use a reverse osmosis. I don't want to get anybody motion sickness. This is a filtration system that separates the pure water molecules from the larger sugar molecules. This will bring our raw sap from 1 to 2% sugar content to a concentrated sap up above 15% sugar. This is a huge energy saving. We use a lot less oil or wood to boil our syrup. And in our sugar house, we have 2 evaporators to boil with. Our small evaporator is a 2x6 wood fired. It boils about 50 gallons an hour. So with the raw sap, it would boil about 1 gallon of maple syrup an hour. With the concentrated sap, we would produce just over 8 gallons of finished syrup an hour. Over here, the big one working, this is our workhorse. This is a 5x16 oil-fired evaporator. Like with the raw sap, it would produce about 14 gallons of maple syrup an hour. With the concentrated sap of over 15% sugar concentration, we make just over 100 gallons of maple syrup an hour. When boiling maple syrup, you know you have made maple syrup by watching the temperature and the density. Maple syrup is made at 7.5 degrees Fahrenheit above the boiling point of water, and that does vary slightly depending on the atmospheric pressure. The density is also checked for final measurement in bricks. Hot maple syrup is 66.9 bricks for correct density. Another for your info is we tap both hard and soft maple trees. We follow the best management practices by making sure trees are about 40 years old, making them about 10 inches in diameter before we begin tapping them. When they reach 15 inches or more in diameter, we will place 2 taps on that tree. With each tap, we average approximately 1/3 of a gallon of finished maple syrup. Once the syrup is pulled off, we head over to our filtration room. As we make our maple syrup, we filter and can our maple syrup into 40-gallon barrels for the ease of storage. We will repack our maple syrup fresh throughout the year into smaller resale containers as needed. So here the syrup is rechecked for density, put through the filter presses and into our barrels. And then once we have a barrel full, we come out and weigh them. And grade them. We take a sample jar of each barrel we make, we weigh it, we grade it, and store it. And then when we are ready, there's our picture of our canning system. We'll take it out of the barrel, put it in our canners, and then fill our retail containers as we need. Thanks for joining us for a quick virtual tour. More little tidbits to come.